Well, folks, sadly, we have been here before. Another violent criminal taking justice into their own hands, and another victim left living in fear. Prosecutors are raising concerns tonight about a judge's decision to allow a convicted child rapist stay on an ankle monitor for weeks before sentencing. And the part we've seen many times before, he cut off the ankle monitor. He's on the run. Julie Frendak is here to break down what we know at this point. Julie.
Well, less than 3 weeks ago, a jury found Fernando Ramirez guilty of raping one of his family members, a 9-year-old girl. He's facing 33 years in prison, but before a judge could sentence him, he took off to Texas and maybe further tonight.
It's not fair to the community. It's certainly not fair to the victim.
Senior trial attorney Rebecca Reyes worked toward a guilty verdict for Fernando Ramirez for 4 years. Last month, she got it. A jury found him guilty of criminal sexual penetration and contact of a minor. He raped a 9-year-old family member in 2018.
Typically, after a conviction like that, an offender is remanded to custody.
But this time, that didn't happen. District Court Judge Jennifer Wernersbach kept Ramirez on a GPS ankle monitor until sentencing.
My understanding was that she felt fine leaving him on the GPS monitor while he was pending sentence.
A representative from Bernalillo County District Court said Ramirez had the ankle monitor without any violations for about 4 years and always complied with his pretrial conditions of release. The Code of Judicial Conduct prohibits judges from commenting on pending cases.
I've never had a judge not remand on someone facing any mandatory time, let alone a first-degree felony. The first thing that went through my mind is he's going to flee.
And she was right. Investigators say Ramirez cut off the monitor Monday morning. They tracked him out of state, crossing into Texas.
The person who hurt you, the person who raped you, is on the loose, and we don't know where they are. That's a very difficult call to have to make, and it's extremely hard for a victim, especially a child, to hear that.
Reyes says these types of convictions can be very hard to land.
Catching people who commit crimes against children in the first place is extremely difficult. The biggest reason for that is because most kids don't tell when something happens to them.
The child in this case now has to wait longer for justice.
It's pretty unusual to convict someone like this, given how many sex offenders there are out there. But when we do catch them and we are able to convict them, obviously that's a good thing, because then we can keep other kids safe.
We also reached out to the public defender's office on these new allegations against Ramirez. His attorney said it would be inappropriate to comment, but the issue will be dealt with in court and there will be a public hearing. Ramirez was scheduled to be sentenced on December 15th. Tessa.
Oh, all right, Julie, thanks. This is, again, at least the second time this year a convicted rapist cut off their ankle monitor. A local jury convicted Ralph Vasquez of raping his ex-girlfriend, and prosecutors say he cut off his ankle monitor just hours before he was supposed to turn himself in to start serving his sentence back in July. According to online court records, he is still on the run.